My name is Adele, and welcome to Youth Perspective. Hey guys, and welcome back to Youth Perspective. So, as you guys know, it was Mother's Day a little while ago, and I thought it'd be interesting to hear a male perspective on the importance of mothers. So, without further ado, let's get into the video.
When I hear the word mother, what comes to mind? Probably my mother, to be honest, when I hear the word mother. Think about my mother. Specific things that I think of include things like nurturing, kindness, compassion. Definitely tolerance is one thing, like tolerating the kid probably a lot. Yeah.
When I hear the word mother, what comes to mind would be a self-sacrificing nurturer. A self-sacrificing nurturer. Going specifically towards the nurturing section, the word itself nurtures you. Like you could just say, mother. It's like a breath of fresh air. And what intrigues me is that when you say the word mother, it means a lot more than just saying the word mum. When you hear the word mother, it's like somebody's intentionally putting in effort to make sure you are okay, to make sure you know that you're grown, to make sure that you can wear these type of clothes and they're not broken or torn, or that your shoes are fixed, or that your food is served for you, or that you know how to do your times tables, how to share and speak to other people. So when I hear the word mother, I think of somebody who is strong, somebody who nurtures other individuals, and somebody who sacrifices and put themselves aside so that others can grow. And I think regarding self-sacrifice, so many times, maybe it's because of my own personal connotations, but when I hear self-sacrifice, it's like knowing that somebody is there and they have their own things to do. But because they want to nurture you and because they want to ensure that you are okay, that's where they sacrifice their desires and their needs to ensure that you're good. And that's why I hear in the word mother. So I think of somebody who is a self-sacrificing nurturer, somebody who's not particularly, greedy or self-centered, but somebody who cares about helping others. How has my mother influenced me? Okay, there's many things that my mum has done to influence me, but I want to focus more specifically on this one time where I saw her as a strong leader. I was at a camporee, as you can see on my shirt, Chosen. I was at a camporee, and I remember the week after when we left, we were in America and we were walking across the road. Now imagine there's a bunch of us who need to cross the road, and there are some little children that are with us as well. So you can imagine how dangerous it must be, especially when America's road to go on forever. Like, why is it so wide? But get back to the story. My mum was the first to step up and say, okay, guys, let us get in correct formation. Let's get in correct line so we can get across the road safely. To see her take lead like that inspired me. It's like, oh my goodness, nobody asked her. Nobody told her or forced her. But she intentionally and instinctively stood up and said, let me take the lead so I can make sure that these children get across the road safely. And that, when we do get across the road safely, I can ensure that they are well, that they have been taught something and that they know how to cross the roads in America safely as well. So that was one time where it really inspired me. I was like, wow, what a leader. One of the most important things about being a leader is caring for others and putting them ahead of yourself. And that day, she really taught me that. So that's one thing she really influenced me with.
My mother's influenced me, I would say, quite a bit. I suppose I wouldn't be here in Hamburg if it weren't for her, and she's raised me, and she's been the maternal figure in my life, and she's shown me a lot about empathy, a lot about tidiness, keeping my room in order, keeping the house in order, keeping myself in order. She's always been a great motivator for me to go after what I'm passionate about and things like that, which is really cool. What do you think a mother's role is? I think a mother's role, oh my gosh, so many. One of them is probably to raise children, like specifically as a mother. A role as a wife, a role as a daughter, a role as a woman it's a lot of other things. But definitely as a mother, your role is to raise your children and to probably encourage a good future for them and to send them out into the world as educated and as capable and competent people.
I believe that a mother's primary role is what the proverb says. Train up a child in the way of the Lord, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. I think it's so fundamental to give children and train children to have a strong character, to nurture their character so that no matter what they face in life, their character, their integrity, and their trust in God can guide them. And I say this as a Christian. I think that's the most important thing. This, in practical elements, comes across in ways like teaching your children how to do chores correctly, nurturing your daughters how to do the chores correctly, nurturing your sons how to do the chores correctly, not teaching daughters how to be women, and teaching sons how to be men. I think an important distinction should be made between that. And I also think that training up a child also includes, making the correct food, healthy food. Like, cooking is so undermined in society, and I don't understand why. With cooking, you can literally direct whether your children have a healthy life or they are malnourished and die early. How is that? I don't know. I think it's a very, very important skill to have. I think knowing about medicine, knowing how to look after your children, knowing how to dress them correctly, how to help them speak, even things like doing the times tables. And I think above all, just being for your child. Just being for your child and just being present there can do so much for them. I think that's a very important aspect of a mother's role. So in a primary response, I would say the most important thing for a mother, in a nutshell, is to prepare their children not only for society, but also for heaven.
Are mothers important figures in society? Why or why not? Mothers are 100% very important figures in society. First, without mothers, there are no children. And I suppose without fathers, there are no children as well. But specifically mothers, they count for the maternal figure in children's lives, and like the first experiences that a kid usually has of women and what they're like in the adult world comes from their relationship with their mother. From my mother, I learned a whole lot of like how to be extremely sensitive when speaking with girls, and how to look beyond like the surface level that girls do with one another, like how there's sometimes a deeper meaning to the things that they say, and to look for those meanings. So definitely in socializing me, she definitely was a very important figure. In society in general, mothers are very important figures because the kind of understanding that a kid has of girls usually comes from the mother or a maternal figure. So I think mothers are important in that regard. They're also very important in keeping the nuclear family. They're also very important in teaching kids about empathy and about compassion, and about situations where it's important to be agreeable, and situations where it's important to, be certain. Definitely kindness, 100%. Definitely kindness is something that mothers bring to society, definitely. And patience, that's definitely one thing. That's definitely a huge thing that mothers bring into society, and that makes them very important figures. They definitely teach patience, and so yeah, mothers are, in my opinion, very important figures in society. So yeah, that's all I have to say, really. Ciao.
100, in fact 1010% are mothers important in society. Mothers are one of the most, if not the most important member of society. A mother can literally direct how society goes and what direction it goes. There's so much influence from the media, but if a mother utilizes her influence and her power, she can literally dictate how society goes. And by training up children in the correct way and giving them the best tools that they need, she's literally building the future societies. Every mother right now that's alive right now is literally creating the future society. So mothers are one of the most, if not the most important members of society. I think that their role should be honored, definitely honored, and esteemed among many. And it's funny how being a stay-at-home mom can sometimes be looked down upon as saying, oh, look at you, you're being a stay-at-home mom, you're not achieving your potential. I mean, what's more important than nurturing your child? I don't understand. So for me personally, I think that a mother's role is amazing. It is a blessing. And I hope that if you are a mother watching or a future mother watching, you can understand and know that I 100% agree and believe that you are one of the most, if not the most important member of society. So I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day and that your day to day or week so far will be great as well.